Hello, my friends. This is the video for Chapter 11. Luckily, it is a fairly decent sized review for um, Chapter like 4 that you did a long time ago. So it's a worksheet. And there's just a couple of different items here, but for the most part, it is 100% the same, and so that makes it super nice. So we're going to do problem 11A3. The owner of Walt's company has asked you to prepare a worksheet for the following trial balance and additional data. So one of the big differences in this chapter is we now have inventory. So if I go over here, I have an inventory account. Merchandise inventory. So we've been doing a ton of journal entries back and forth into that merchandise inventory account. And so now it says, okay, at the end of the month, we went through and we paid some minions. And when we paid the minions, we have $4,805 worth of stuff in our warehouse. Okay, so now you have to say, okay, how much inventory did I use up or did I buy in order to get to this amount? So we started out the month with 5,092. We ended the month with 4,805. So the difference between these two numbers is 287. 287. Okay. Now, if this number would be bigger than our beginning, you're going to debit it. So you just have to be careful of what are you doing. You do have to calculate the difference between the two numbers, but then you have to figure out, okay, is it going up? Is my inventory going up? Because then I have to debit it for an adjustment, or is my inventory going down? So therefore I have to credit it. So be sure that you are paying attention on the homework to which one it is. The other one, so on all the journal entries, or most of the journal entries, the other part of this entry went to cost of goods sold. So on the worksheet, excuse me, the same thing happens. Cost of goods sold, $287. Okay, adjustment B. So before this, we have office supplies used up. So in the previous chapters, we had to calculate how much we used up, but in this particular chapter, they gave us office supplies used up, absolutely no problem. So I'm going to go over here to my office supplies. My office supplies are going down, so I am going to credit them. And let me make sure I'm on the right line. 210. It's adjustment B. And then I go and I find, okay, do I have an office expense account? I have an office salaries, but not an office supplies expense account. And this is going to be a debit. Okay. Adjustment C, rent expired, rent used up. So right here I have my prepaid rent. At some point in my past life I prepaid some rent, and so now I'm using it up. This is the same. So nice that most of these adjustments look identical to what you did before. It's kind of a nice place in the semester to take just a little bit of a break. So now we are off to adjustment D, depreciation expense. Again, this is the same one that we've had. The debit goes to depreciation expense, office equipment. Yes, I know I left an E off, I just got lazy. Accumulated depreciation is my credit, and that is for, oh, I forgot to put my, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. $550 accumulated, $550. Last one, office salaries earned but not paid. Office salaries earned. So I have an office salaries expense account that I can go ahead and use. And $310. And then I need to go and look and see if I have a wages payable account. So I go up and I look and I have accounts receivable. I don't have an office salaries payable account. And that is a credit. Okay, we're done with this, so I'm going to make it go away. I didn't provide the worksheet for you because you can just get one of your blank worksheets out. I guess I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning of the video. Okay, I now need to get some totals in. So absolutely nothing about this process has changed from when we learned it now. Everything else is exactly the same. So I go and I do an adjusted trial balance, and I bring all of this over. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I'm typing this out. I don't necessarily need you to probably sit here while I am doing that, so I'm going to pause it and then I'm going to bring it all back up once everything is typed in. Stay tuned. So this is what it should look like once it's done. I'm double and triple checking to make sure I don't have an error. I would never do anything like that, right? Actually, it happens all the time. Whew. Okay. I then have to go through and exact same process as we did before, and we have to, I'm going to freeze this first frame. So that I can move over and zoom in. Okay, so same thing that I did before, the exact same thing. Nothing about this process has changed. Everything, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Everything from withdrawals up goes on the balance sheet. Everything from sales down, anything below withdrawals goes down, except this payable account, this very bottom one. You have to make sure. And in fact, I like to go down, and if I have any payables down here, I like to take it across at the very beginning so that I don't forget about it. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to bring everything from withdrawals down over to the balance sheet. And I'm actually going to highlight that so you can have a visual in yellow. And I'm going to grab this one and put it in yellow. And everything else that's listed on here, if you have put everything in the correct order, we'll go over here on the income statement. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the video and get all the numbers typed in because like I said, there's no point in you sitting here watching me do this. I'm going to pause it and I will be right back. Okay, so it should look like this. Let me fix my formatting really quick so it looks a little bit better on your guys' end. Okay, so then I go through and I add up my columns. Again, I've tried to be super careful that I didn't make any mistakes. If I did, I apologize. Okay, so these aren't supposed to total yet. I'm missing a line. I'm missing a net income. So now I go over here and I say, okay, I had revenues and I had expenses. So my net income is a nice even $8,300. I got that by taking 52,484 minus 44,184, and then I just stick it in whatever column that I need to in order to make this balance. So 52,484, 52,484. Okay, and then I take this net income is a debit over here, so that means it has to be a credit over here. And I re-add these columns. And ta-da! Everything balances out because we are magic. Awesome. That is all that is covered in chapter 11. So I keep repeating this, but it is nice. We're to a review point. Next chapter is a lot of review also. So it's always just a really nice place in the semester because we've all got a lot going on, and and there's a lot going on in other classes. So I look forward to seeing all your submissions at the end of the week, and I hope you have a great week.